Hi guys, Mark here. Welcome to another one of my videos. Today we are tying the double plafond knot. This knot is considered to be a bit more on the challenging side, but once you get it down, you should get consistent results every time. To tie your knot, you're going to need about 4 feet of cord. Now, when practicing the knot, I recommend using 4.5 or even 5 feet of cord just so that you have some slack to work with. If you have the option of choice, use a cord that is stiffer and fuller, such as this 10 one here, instead of a flatter laying, softer cord, such as this baby blue here at the top. A stiffer cord is going to give you a bit of a better look. The double plafond knot consists out of 6 half knots. To start off, fold your cord in half. Then, tie a half knot. So the first one, then leave out a small gap, then repeat the first half knot by tying a second one. Then a third half knot, tied exactly the same way as the first two. So, something like this. 3 half knots. Turn your bottom half knot into the gap, take your right end, pass it through the top half knot, traveling towards the bottom. So, going over the top here, going through the half knot, then down towards the bottom, so under the top loop. This left end starts from an under here, travels through the top half knot, but this time going up. So over the top loop. This is our setup at this point. We're going to tie a fourth half knot by taking the right end, passing over the top loop, under the left end. The left end is going to pass under the top loop through the opening made by the right end. Tighten up. I recommend pinching this middle part here, so the gap, then tightening up by pulling your strands counterclockwise. We're aiming for a knot here that's going to resemble a box knot or a 4-stranded crown knot. So as you can see, I'm tightening up, going counterclockwise. Just pulling on one strand at a time. So once you have a relatively nice looking knot here, tie a fifth half knot, again starting with the right end, passing over our loop at the top, under the left end. The left end passes under the top loop into the opening made by the right end. Again tighten up. Tighten up this decorative crown or box knot one more time, just so that it looks nice. Continue with our last sixth half knot by taking the left end, passing over our two core strands here, so over the gap, under this right strand here. Take the right end, pass under this right strand here, over the left end. Then, using the right end, pass under the cord through this gap here. Tighten up, tying our final half knot, so the sixth one. Finish up by taking the right end through the bottom two half knots. We're going to pass under these two strands, then through the two half knots at the bottom. The left end is going to pass over the top, right next to the right end. Take these two strands and pull on them, creating another box knot or crown knot looking knot here, right next to the first one. So, that's our tying process up to this point. From this point on, we're going to move on to the tightening process, which is going to make or break your knot. The tightening on this knot is going to be done in several steps. First off, we're going to remove all of this slack from the bottom of our knot. To do this, grab these two strands here, pull on them, tightening up the bottom half knot. Then, work the slack out of these two loops into the top loop. So here, we are searching for this horizontal strand, pulling on it, then bringing the slack into the top loop. Do the same thing with the other loop. So find the horizontal strand, pull the slack in, then again into the top loop. So, this way, we got most of our slack out of the knot. To continue, we're going to even out our knot a little bit. This part here is optional. I'm going to grab two opposite ends. So the top one here, bottom one here. Pull a bit. Then take this end, this one here, again pull. Just gently getting a bit of slack out of the knot. The final step in tightening up our knot is going to be to bring the slack out of the top loop into the two ends. So to do this, you bring slack out of the top loop into your knot, pull in as much as you want, mark down which strand you are using at this point. Then go through the knot. So, I've done one part of my loop, bringing the slack into one of my ends. Now, I'm going to do the same thing with the other part of my loop, which I haven't used up to this point. So again, I bring some slack from the loop into my knot. Run the slack through the knot into the other end. So, this completes the second part of our tightening process. Finally, either to make the knot look better or in an act of revenge, I highly recommend that you hammer out the knot flat. The double plafond knot. So guys, that's our knot. Not too easy to do, but not too hard either. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next time as well.